On today's show, we're going to answer two questions for you, okay? We're going to look at NFL free agents. We're going to tell you who's available. And then I'm going to talk a little bit of would they fit in Green Bay, okay? There's a lot of options. I know it's crazy to keep track of everybody who's available on the market right now. That's why you're watching today's video. I'm going to help you narrow it down, tell you who I think are the best targets for Green Bay to look at. And the thing is we know heading into NFL free agency that they're going to be active most likely. Dan Graziano, in an ESPN article, said this week. The Packers, who have been more aggressive free agent bidders in the Brian Gutekunst era than their reputation suggests, could be spenders this month. They're looking to add a veteran wide receiver to their very young room, okay? And wide receiver is just one of the three biggest needs. But I think when you read that quote, it's really, really nice to know that they're going to be aggressive, okay? Even more than they have been in years past. But I think there's three big needs. I think pass rusher, wide receiver, cornerback. So I'm about to give you 5 names, and it's going to be just those 3 positions. Because I think on this team, I don't want to say the other positions aren't even worth looking at filling, but these 3 things are massive holes that I want them to use free agency to plug up. Let me know in the comment section down below. I guess not in the comment section, just in the video down below. Do you want the Packers to make a splash? Show me that you do by hitting that thumbs up button, okay? Like today's video if you want them to make a splash, just like me. Hit the thumbs up button. Show me the money. Let's do it. Cap space, $46.62 million. That ranks him currently at 15th in the National Football League. There's been some validity with that, with the cap space being officially set, with some new moves being made, right? Adding Isaiah McDuffie, signing Brandon McManus, and doing a whole ton of other moves, and also other NFL teams move. It's a little bit volatile right now, but that's where it sits right now. So let's talk about top available free agents. How about Joey Bosa, edge rusher out of the Los Angeles Chargers? This one came to us a little bit later in this week. I think it was Wednesday that the news officially dropped. And one of the reasons I think that edge rusher and Joey Bosa would be such a great addition to this team is because when you look at the truth of how this team was, when it came to getting to the passer, it wasn't good enough. The sack number's fine, sack percentage fine, but when you look at how they were consistently, pass rush win rate, 35%, 26th best in the NFL. 210 pressures, 19th best in the NFL. 32.3% quarterback pressure rate, that's 20th best in the NFL. They're bottom 10 in pretty much every single one of those statistics. And when you look at Joey Bosa from this past year, he played in 14 games, which is honestly an uptick from what you can usually expect from him. He was decently productive, 5 sacks, 13 QB hits, 2 forced fumbles, 22 tackles. But it's the injury history with Bosa that really kind of, I don't want to say has me concerned, but I think it has most people concerned because he's only played 30% of his snaps over the last 3 seasons. And that's not good enough. Okay, you're already dealing with an injury-prone cornerback that you're likely going to either ship off or release at some point in the near future. So I don't know if Joey Bosa is my top free agent available, okay? I wouldn't mind the signing, but I don't think I'm pounding the table for it. What would you do? Let me know. Would you sign Joey Bosa? Type sign, type pass in the comment section down below, and let me know. Let's talk corners. This might be my favorite target available. This is DJ Reed, cornerback with the New York Jets. We've been talking about DJ Reed for a really, really long time. And part of that reason is because he had a 51.28 lockdown percentage on PFF. He's had 7 straight seasons graded at a 70 or higher with his coverage grade. Sure, that means he's a little bit older, right? But he's just been so consistent as a pass defender, and his consistency at that position is something really, really impressive. Now, he's not big, only 5'9", but still, I think he's worth every penny that he might get. His projected contract, 3 years, $14 million. I would do that, no questions asked, because he is my number 1 target. Okay, I think Jair Alexander has 1 foot out the door. Whether it's Green Bay pushing him out the door or whether it's him walking out the door by himself, he's almost gone. I think DJ Reed would be a really, really good replacement for Jair. Let's talk another Jet. This one's more of a familiar face. Mr. Davante Adams was released by the New York Jets earlier this week, and we already actually made a video this earlier this week about him, and we had to talk to Davante. Okay, we had to talk to Davante. Why wouldn't we talk to Davante? Okay, not only did he spend the first and vast majority of his career in Green Bay, not only do we all have really fond memories of him in a Green Bay Packers uniform, but because he's open to the idea, okay? Jason Wilde tweeted this out about a month ago and said, Davante Adams has dropped hints of a reunion. Keyshawn Nixon, Josh Jacobs are actively recruiting him, but do the Packers want the All-Pro back? If so, Adams is, quotes, open to the idea. So you love the fact that he's open to coming back. That makes this a legitimate possibility. But what I love most about Adams is for this wide receiver room, this, I don't want to say struggling, but not excelling wide receiver room, he'd be a veteran presence. Okay, he really, really would be. Can you imagine the impact a guy like him could have on Jaden Reed, on Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson? I mean, this is a guy they were watching probably in high school. Okay, I think he could do wonders for this wide receiver room. Coming up, I got 2 more targets to talk to you about, 2 guys that I think Green Bay could be looking at and could be targeting over the next little bit. But before that, I need you to lock us in, okay? Because next week, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot that happens, hopefully a lot that happens for the green and gold. And so to make sure that you are up to date and up to speed with the best coverage right here on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then turn on notifications. It's that little bell right by the thumbs up button. That just means every time we put out a video, you get notified about it, okay? Be the first one, be a real one, and hit that sub button. All right, let's talk Josh Sweat, defensive end out of the Philadelphia Eagles. It's not like he was released by them like Davante Adams or like Joey Bosa. Just came to the end of his contract, and with what they just did for Saquon Barkley, and they just signed Zach Bond as well, and they might be making a big move for Myles Garrett apparently, I think Josh Sweat might be gone. And I want to look at what this pass rush did against Patrick Mahomes and really what they did in the entirety of the playoffs. And I know this isn't all Josh Sweat, but he's a big part of it, okay? They didn't send a single blitz. They got 26 pressures, 6 sacks, and a 42.9% pressure percentage. And he was the best pass rusher in the Super Bowl, okay? And then when you look at what they did as a defensive line, 92 pressures, 15 sacks, 54.4% pass rush win rate. They proved over their playoff push, over their Super Bowl push, that the thing that wins you championships in this league is the defensive line, is the trenches, okay? And Green Bay's trenches aren't good enough, plain and simple. Now, if you look at other edge rushers, they're all kind of getting up there. Khalil Mack's 33, Hassan Reddick's 30, Judon's 32, DeMarcus Lawrence is 32. Then you see Josh Sweat, he's 27. So he's young. I think he's got a really good future, and I would hope that future is with Green Bay. Another guy that is going to get released by his current team is Tyler Lockett, wide receiver with Seattle. Or I guess, Dilly, did he already get released? He technically already did get released. That came down on Wednesday as well. It was a Sunday Bloody Sunday if you are a Seattle Seahawk. Tyler Lockett tweeted this out saying, I really enjoyed being in Seattle. Met so many great people, captured so many great memories. The 12s really make this place meaningful. Although my time on the Seahawks may have run its course, I'm thankful for everything. God gets all the glory. So that is definitely seeming that his time in Seattle has come to a close. And it was a really, really solid time in Seattle for him. Maybe not over these past couple years, only 1,400 yards, almost 1,500 yards combined between the two of them. But when you look at 2022 and 2021, 1,000 in each of those, okay? 0 drops, 2 drops, 5 drops, 4 drops. He's really, 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 and I love this word, he's steady. I think Lockett is a really steady option at wide receiver. Is he going to be able to go out there next year and get you 1,200 yards? I don't think so anymore. He's 32 years old. I think he's past his prime. But I think he can serve a little bit like a Davante Adams, and he can be a very veteran presence. He's always going to be out there. He's always going to be playing. He's played at least 16 games in every one of his last 4 seasons. I actually think maybe, and don't quote me on this, in his every season of his NFL career, okay? So he's always available. He's always there. He's a steady hands to go to for a quarterback, okay? I want you to do me a favor. Shout him out. Name for me in the comment section down below the player that you want the Packers to sign in free agency. Let me know. Again, it's going to be a crazy time. Make sure you guys subscribe. Join us for daily coverage of the Green Bay Packers.